Walk back up there and say it's F-R-E-D. I don't know how many times that's happened. I haven't come to any real conclusions about what they're doing. But if they are here, I get the impression they've been here a long, long time. Maybe as long as we have.
Those who feel they are being taken cannot help but speculate. Why? Why did they pick me? What do they want? The questions are unending and the answers elusive.
It seems that the more questions you ask, the more questions it creates rather than answers. I mean, I was hoping to get answers, like who they are, where are they from, you know, why are they here, what are they doing? And all I've gotten from it is, you know, what other people think they're doing, but I've never really got any definitive answers. It seems as if Jack and I had been abducted since we were children, and they've been following us, you know, through our lives. It makes you feel as if you're part of something bigger, that there's some type of plan. I think they're definitely involved in some type of genetic experimentation with humans, and I think that the twin thing is probably significant in this case, because just by seeing two people who are exactly alike, to them, says that there is a way of cloning humans. Ready for the big top now.
The heart of Claire and Diana's business is breeding, and natural selection has nothing to do with it. If anybody knows about creating perfect specimens through genetic manipulation, it's these two women.
I think it's like one very large, very complex research project. And where one of the, I am, Diana is, other people are lab rats.
Well, let's see what we got in here. Looks like we got, about 180 cc's. Go ahead and take a sample of that. We'll see what we got as far as how alive it is, motility, mobility. We'll see how much extender we have to put in it before we ship it.
Whatever their agenda is, whatever the ultimate purpose is for all of this physical stuff, for all of the genetic, all of the intrusions, the intrusive behaviors, all of that is obviously connected to whatever their agenda is.
What have you got in there as far as mobility and motility?
I'm really good about...
Claire and Diana never used to think twice about the breeding work they do with horses, until they started to believe their own bodies were being used as an alien breeding ground.
When I was 25 years old, I had a total hysterectomy. And the reason it had to be done is because I had so much damage to my reproductive organs. And according to all of the doctors that were present during this surgery, the damage was caused by countless pregnancies that were never completed. I would be pregnant, they wanted to know how many times I'd had miscarriages, how many abortions I had had, and I had no abortions. I had a miscarriage in a sense that that's what the doctors told me I had, but they never found a fetus. And yet I recall being pregnant. I recall having them tell me that I could see the baby some other time, that they were taking it, but that I could see it later.
I've also been presented with children that I've been told were mine, that they have taken from my body. I have several memories of them taking children, very, very small fetuses from my body, and then later being presented with those children and being told that they were mine. I know there's some reason for them to be producing these children. I just don't know what it is.
If this is happening, are these twisted alien games or part of a strategy? In speculating about possible alien intentions here on Earth, perhaps it would be wise to turn the question around and ask ourselves, What would we do in their place?
If, for instance, NASA someday were to investigate a civilization in some other solar system and found that civilization to be several steps below our state at that time, then we would know enough about psychology and sociology to realize that the worst thing we could do would be to just barge in and snow them. They would just either cause panic or worship. What a smart group would do would be to slowly infiltrate, slowly begin to affect the mass mind and get them conditioned to the idea that they might be visited someday. Slowly, the mass mind begins to accept the idea that, well, it's not so unusual. Yeah, sure. You know, the way in science things have very frequently gone, the first step is complete disbelief. Then there comes a stage where they say, well, you know, it might be so. Then the third and final stage is, oh, I knew it all the time. And Bernard Shaw said all great ideas, you know, begin as heresies.
Some of us began to think that maybe we're dealing with something that is able to penetrate our dimension from another dimension. Dr. Jalen Hynek, toward the ends of his life, was also looking at all the evidence as a totality, and slowly but surely seemed to be leaning to this conclusion himself.
But while science is debating paradoxes and paradigms, these people are just looking for ways to cope with lives of uncertainty.
We don't know why this is happening. We don't know why we were brought together. It's still as big a mystery, I think, as it was 3 years ago when we first found out about this. We don't know where it's leading.
We try and keep a sense of humor, and we try and keep a sense of reality about it because we know that they're out there. That's kind of a unique thing to know.
But the Wiener brothers also know that many people find their reality hard to accept, even their own mother. When even your own mom has trouble believing you, a sense of humor comes in handy.
And then after she sees his son, Joan Rivers, all of a sudden we're credible. Yeah, right. Now she believes everything.
Yeah, because it's been on TV.
Yeah, it's on TV. Okay, now we believe him.
True.
It's got to be true. Yeah, seen it on the tube. I think that's hilarious.
4 days after Fred's hypnosis, 4 days after his subconscious released images of aliens removing his eyeballs. With alien abduction, not comedy, on his mind, Fred prays he still has his sense of humor. He'll need it, because in a few hours, Fred will get up on stage in front of 500 people and attempt to make them laugh.
Well, I haven't gotten on stage in over a year. I don't know how it's going to feel. You know, I hope it flows for me. I hope I can just handle it. This will do. Testing. Hello. How are you? Beautiful. This will work. I can do this. How are you, man? Good. You gonna sit right there? Beautiful. Like to see people sit right up front. This isn't like church, you know.
How you feeling after this hypnosis thing? It's been a couple of days now. What's the result?
It's been good and bad. It's helped me. I don't worry about driving around at night. Because they can get me wherever I am. I told my girlfriend about what had happened, and she doesn't know whether to believe it or not. She says it's impossible, you know, which is what I said, but she did say we're definitely not having kids. I've been trying to focus on this set. I haven't been able to, you know, quite concentrate. I don't know if I want to continue investigating it. You know, I may just want to say,